Hello everyone, I fixed the audio problem, but today I got to see a movie called Revenge, and this movie is basically the first director debut of Coralie Fargeat, who's directed a couple of shorts before this film, and essentially this movie is about this lady named Jen, played by Matilda Lutz, and essentially she's essentially enjoying a really nice getaway with this outward side of house in the middle of like a desert area. It doesn't really specifically say, but she's like on this type of romantic getaway with this man who's also in another relationship, and until it takes place in a house until like two of the guys, his friends, come along, who are like hunters. And essentially, the tension kind of builds from there, and it builds, and it unfortunately, unexpectedly, and terribly cracks, and one of the friends rapes her character, and she kind of just breaks, and she runs away, and they're like, okay. And essentially, she now has some dirt on the guys and some info to threaten them with, and they're like, shit. Okay, now she's out there in the middle of the desert, and you're like, we got this binder and killer. And essentially, this movie knows how to put the turmoil and the shock of the main character and make her feel so much more perilous and yet more frightened and more hostile in a way. And that's where the real strength of this movie lies, in my opinion. It knows how to make you really feel a lot for this character here of Matilda Lutz's character. It knows to make her feel again a very perilous, but also very independent and very genuine. And I love the way it was made in the beginning, where you feel like, okay, she's kind of like a typical how Hollywood would kind of idolize woman in a way. She's seen sucking on a lollipop, but she's looking really scantily dressed, and she looks very innocent in a way, and she looks really like beautiful, and you're like, wow. I'm like, whoa, she's really beautiful. And and it knows how to shoot it in a way where you can see where the simple, naive her comes into play, and yet when all this shit happens, you're just as shocked and repulsed as she is, and she has no choice but out in the wilderness, hurt, bleeding, and traumatized, and she's fighting for simple survival, and really knows how to in a good way, as I already said, the shock and turmoil of it. And in my opinion, she is arguably my favorite female character since Furiosa and Mad Max Fury Road. I loved her character in this movie. She uses trauma to twist around on the guys and be like, okay, this is my revenge on you guys. What you did to me is something you should never do to anyone. So I'm going to return the favor and kill you guys. And you just get this great, vigorous sense of vicious violence and anguish, and it never holds back. This is inarguably one of the bloodiest films I've seen, probably since The Green Inferno. And it just knows how to sense this exploited, out there, vicious type of degree of shocking blood. And it really holds no punches. And there's a couple of moments where I just went, oh fuck! And because there's a scene where she's like almost in a dream state, and it's like there's some really great editing tricks in it. There's some really great editing tricks here, and I really loved how to use the incredible sense of cinematography and scale and scope to this atmosphere. Again, never ever giving us away where it really is in our geographical world, but knowing how to show just how big and really almost like lost you're going to become. Like, you can remember areas, but it's like you still can get lost. So you can get the sense of disarray while being in the environment, and you can really feel that for her. And there's a couple of moments where I'm like, have they found her yet or not? And there's some great tricks they have there. Not to mention, they know how to make these guys feel so gross and horrible that you really grow to hate, but is like, these are justifiably horrible shit they've done. This is horrific crap. And you're just like, on her side, you're like, yeah, this don't hold back. And you can really tell this is kind of like, in a weird way, the blend in this kind of reminds me of like a Tarantino grindhouse type of deathcore, or Death Proof / Kill Bill exploitative action, and yet mixing with the survivability of like an old school Rambo or Die Hard feel to it. It's like, it's actually like a fight for your life scenario. And I loved how they depicted how intense and how real that can be. And once she finally gets one of the weapons and uses it against the guys, you're just like, okay, you finally feel like, yes, she can really feel so much more greater now. And there's some just great moments. And by the end, it had me really white knuckled. I saw this movie online, and straight up, I was just like right on the edge at the end of it, and I'm just like, holy hell, like, I'm really getting just really shocked. But not just all of that, it's just a beautiful looking movie. Not just her, but it's the cinematography by Robert Hayward. Yeah, by Robert Hayward is really beautiful, and I love the wide shots, scooping wide shots. It kind of reminded me of No Country for Old Men in those type of shots. Although I'm sure he's no who's the cinematographer of those movies. No, it doesn't matter. But regardless of all of that, I just found this movie to be so visually incredible to watch. I found it to be a really it's like a great little nod back to those movies like Die Hard or Reverse Rambo, which is both of those are some of my favorites of all time. And it just has a great sense of almost like, I won't say self-awareness, but there's not much self-awareness, but the tone itself knows how to feel like the old school grind, violent feel to it. I thought it really struck the mark, in my opinion. Like, if I have any complaints about the movie, it's like, okay, how does she know about this type of survival stuff? I'm like, really, how did this, but you can't help but blame her for being so resourceful in those scenarios. I just can't help but feel that. I understand she has to be resourceful, of course, but I'm like, how in the hell was she, of all anyone else, to do this type of stuff, to heal a wound or something? There's some stuff that kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense, in my opinion. But aside from that, it's like one of my favorite films of the year, easily. I really found myself really entrenched by this movie. So yeah, I really found myself loving this film. I'm giving Revenge, in my opinion, a 90%. Everyone, I really do hope you enjoy my review. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a review for Batman Ninja. Till then, have a good night, and bye-bye.